Okay, go.
Okay. So, starting this off,
Yes.
we're just going to be saying things about what we like, what we don't like.
It's very, very basic.
RWBY in general. But, whatever you guys want to say, because...
We will start. We don't have a script. We don't have any prompts at all.
This is all off the top of our heads.
This is entirely just goofing off.
Just to check for people that didn't really understand what Kina meant is, we're going to be talking about our least favorite and favorite scenes of RWBY. Scenes in general, so like,
Anything
they could be
from
long, they
volume
could be
1
literally...
to volume 8.
Well, it's not like we have any other choices. If we allow books, I'll fill up with books.
Well, there's also Fairy Tales of Remnant. I guess we could throw that in too.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
I don't think any of us did. Okay, shall we start with the...
Did you watch Fairy Tales of Remnant?
Not really.
No, none of us did, so okay.
Alright then.
Shall we start with the best or the worst?
I wanna... just pick whichever one you think fits better. Whatever you want.
Okay, I'll start if that's fine. I'll probably start with one of my favorite scenes off the top of my head, and well, it will be Watts' absolute verbal smackdown on Cinder in Volume 8.
That was so much fun to watch.
Obviously, Watts' voice actor is just incredible. He knows how he's so animated, and the way he was acting, and you know, it was nice seeing someone actually call out Cinder for being the stupidest character that isn't the main cast.
All you have ever been is a bloody migraine! I can't really yell. There's no way he didn't. There is no way there's not a take in there where he swore and they said, no, you can't do that. Change it a little bit. Alright, fine. Bloody migraine it is.
Does work with his Britishness.
Yes. I'm an evil villain with a mustache. Clearly I must be British.
He's based on the Sherlock Holmes books. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is he based on Moriarty?
Yeah, no, I think he's based on like, well...
Where's he based on? Wait, hold on. Aren't all the villains like...
I think
I feel like
it's
doing this in character, damn it.
John what was his name? Like the sidekick to Sherlock. I think he's based on him. What's his name?
Watson.
John something?
John Watson. I can't believe it took me forever to realize.
Did you not notice? You need to get on the...
I don't know any of the illusions. It's not my fault.
Shout out to the fandom wiki. Shout out to the fandom wiki for doing a bang up job to like actually doing this. I'm on that way too often.
They know what they're doing.
Somebody should.
I clearly don't.
Okay, so yeah, there's not much to say. The scene is just incredible and one of the, in my opinion, very few highlights of Volume 8. Most of the highlights is the first half of Volume 8.
I saw someone do like, so you know the part of that scene where Cinder's like holding him off of the building. Someone took a screenshot of that and then did the math based off the length of Cinder's arm to calculate how tall Watts is, and he's like, and obviously they're all stretched around and a bunch of craziness, but in that scene, he would technically, if that were Cinder's actual arm length, Watts would be like 7'3" or whatever.
That's definitely not right. That would make him taller than Yatsuhashi.
I know it's not right, but that was funny to me.
That is funny. So there isn't much to say. It's a brilliant scene, and, you know, Watts is the best. Okay, he's the second best of Salem's Council. But, like, we'll get to the best one, obviously. So, Ghost.
I
think it's better we just go in order down ways.
I've got like another 10 minutes before I figure anything out.
Really, dude? Okay,
I don't think through anything. I'm sorry.
Kina, do you got a scene in mind? Least favorite or favorite? Your choice of which one you want to go first. Kina?
Did her mic die?
I don't know if her mic died. I hope it didn't.
Discord, please don't be screwing me over.
No, I'm not hearing her either if she is talking.
You know what I've noticed about the whole thing with Cinder?
No, wait. Were you talking this? Wait, pause it. Were you talking this entire time?
Just trying to.
Yeah, your mic wasn't working. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
So start back at what you were trying to say.
I was gonna say that the whole thing with Cinder and Watts, Watts knows how to mess with her mind, giving her a very vocal and emotionally charged breakdown of what she had to go through. So the whole thing with that, and bringing up that she keeps failing at every turn, knowing that Salem probably will not like any more failures from her. He brings up how she tried to storm in and try to grab the Winter Maiden's powers from Freya, but in turn caused Freya's death and it to be passed on to Penny. Then she originally chose to bring all of the people that she hated together in Haven.
Because that was a great plan.
That was a great plan, of course. But what she didn't realize is that there are people along the way, especially people that are smarter than her, get away with things, that she didn't realize that would turn on her. For one specific reason, do not trust someone who has very little trust in everyone else.
Yeah.
You guys probably know who exactly I'm talking about.
I do.
Well, do you want to?
She does not trust literally anybody. I don't understand why people ever thinks that she does. She doesn't.
Well, we were pushing it to do your next favorite scene, so you want to go off that?
We've certainly created quite the segue here.
Indeed, we have. So.
I have multiple favorite scenes.
Yeah,
the thing is, what I really enjoyed, even though it was something like sitting in someone's living room and while their parent is yelling at them scene. I'm just trying to enjoy it. Not enjoy it, but just trying to comprehend what they're going through and trying to figure out why they're yelling at them. The whole scene between Yang and Raven in Volume 5, it brought more emotion to the characters because we've been bouncing around all of the trauma that Yang has. Like, she has not abusive trauma. She has
neglect. No, not neglect.
Abandonment. She has abandonment issues that she had to face, facing the person that abandoned her, or was said to have abandoned her. You have her also facing things that she is going through with all of her PTSD. So PTSD causes more of a paranoia when it comes to dealing with other traumas. And the whole them trading words helped a lot, I feel, with Yang's personality to completely understand what her mother's going through and what she is also going through. But I like how it kind of was portrayed in the emotional charge, I guess. I feel like I'm going in circles. But it just feels more human to have those interactions with other characters instead of just being, oh, this is a good person, they do good things, and oh, this person's a bad person and they do bad things. Because that's how it feels a lot with RWBY and Salem. There's no changing one person to change the other person. You can't just automatically try to change people.
Yep, it don't work.
Another
like
part on that little thing is how Raven reacted to RWBY, as in saying, "You sound just like your mother." And that kind of interaction between those two, Raven has an animosity towards RWBY because of what her mother has done, or something that we don't know for sure yet.
Yeah,
we don't know for sure about that personal level between specific characters that we really need to learn. otherwise we won't get to understand them more.
I feel like this has moved away from your favorite scene.
I mean,
I'm
we could just
sorry.
talk about like favorites of general things.
Yeah, I think we should stay focused, because if we start doing that, we'll never end. We will never end, because we'll go to like characters, weapons, semblances, music. We will never end if we do that. Do you want a 12-hour recording, my man?
The
Hold on.
only
I
reason,
could
the
break
only
apart
reason I
the
segued
videos.
is because I was trying to explain the emotional charging of certain things. And I enjoy the emotional charging of things because it gives more of a humanity kind of feeling instead of just you're just watching this. And
Feel,
it's something.
they make the
the
characters
reason I
feel
like
more
it.
human. Feel like an actual person and not.
Feel like an actual person instead of something I'm just watching.
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty good. Ghost, do you think of one finally?
That's a... So
You're the one who
it's...
came on.
I
You're the
know,
one
I
who
know,
did this
I know,
idea.
I know. I realized that I. All right, look, my
You could
favorite
just have
scenes
a
are
twin
probably.
conversation if you want, Ghost, since I know you do that voice too.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no voice.
So
There's only
really,
me.
bro.
Stop it. Stop it. Just continue. Just continue.
All right, probably would be. I'm gonna say my favorite scene would probably be Watts v Ironwood.
Solid
Cinematography
choice.
was good. Music was good.
Well, you had Caleb,
Both of them were capable of actually firing guns.
even if the guns made no sense.
Suspension of disbelief. In this one instance, let me have that. While the gun that is not here, let me have this. Okay. My reason for liking things is always very simple. Kina very much puts a lot of thought into why she likes things. I don't. My brain is very simple. It's, hey, that's really cool. I like that. Plus, we got to see someone fight in Amity Arena and not just have to be sitting on the center plate. I thought that was cool.
Okay, well, shall I get my next one?
Yeah, could you do that, please?
Okay, I don't really. I am thinking of my favorite scene. I'm just kind of going through a few scenes until I figure it out. So one of my next favorites will probably be, funnily enough, another Volume 8, The Hound's first appearance.
Oh.
That is how you introduce a unique kind of Grim and also make it threatening. Because I've been mad about this for a lot of the series. The Grim aren't threatening. They're fucking pushovers, and it pisses me off because with how they're described in outside media and also how they're described in the fucking show themselves, they're supposed to be this ultra dangerous force, but they get fucking mowed down in seconds. And seeing a Grim that's actively dangerous is much more fun. Also, you know, I am a proponent of Beat the Child. Nothing against Oscar as a character, it's just funny.
Everyone,
yeeted
almost everyone within that family, except like Yang, has punched him. I think the only other two are Tai, who's never met him, and Summer, who is probably dead.
Dead. Hopefully not Hound-like entity. Please, that'd be no, it'd be stupid.
The Hound was a cool one-off
How
thing
do
to
you
show,
how
like,
do you
this
how
is
do you
how
loop
things
the
can-
twins together? Because I don't think Raven's even touched him either.
True.
That
she
is true.
hasn't
Okay, so
actually.
Raven as well. Raven has not hit. Huh, look at that. Raven and
Okay,
Yang.
but-
There you go.
Okay, so yeah, basically the Hound scene, its introduction, and you know, the single first word was amazing.
No.
It was great, and you could go from the chase scene. It was good, but I liked the introduction more. Before the chase scene was good after that, but the introductions were it. Also, if you had a close eye during the episode, you could have noticed the Hound being in the background, stalking them and just waiting for a moment.
I think it pops
So-
up like 3 separate times.
Yeah, so it's fun. So that's one of my next things. So funnily enough, Volume 8 already, but they were literally the first half of Volume 8, which was the good half of Volume 8. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Favorite, least favorite. Do whatever order you want.
I'd say another scene that I liked. It's gonna be another grim one. The apathy.
Oh, damn you! Damn you! I could have taken that. I should have taken that one.
You
The
fool,
apathy's
skeleton
fucking incredibly.
man.
the best Grims they've ever introduced. That is in
They're
my
also
man
the
Kevin.
only humanoid one. Like, the Hound was kind of werewolf-esque with, like, the faunus.
There is the Knock. There is the Knock,
Okay,
which is
so second one.
There's the thing is, if I remember okay, I'll explain that when we get to it, because I'll probably talk about the Knock, but like the Imp is, like the Knock is two Grim that got fused together somehow, and so the Imp seems to be its own species, so that is humanoid-like, but still, it's clearly not fully human, like the Apathy. But like, continue.
Honestly, it was just creepy, cause think about it. What do the Apathy do? They sap your willpower. Mind you, when we are actually introduced to them, you're in a dark, closed space, and your only real light is, like, 5 meters behind you.
I'm looking for is claustrophobic.
It's meant to feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, you said closed.
Closed. Shut up, no one shush. Silence, skeleton man.
You would never silence the skeleton, I would do it forever.
Curse you, He-Man!
Shut your mouth, I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. But yeah, the Apathy is incredible. Again, I think, I'll say this, I
That
think
entire section of Volume 6, I just enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, I think it's the best arc. As I call it, the Apathy arc, because it's kind of its own separate entity, is the best written, and also just, it doesn't really have much fighting, but it's got so much nice, it really shows off more characters. Also, you know, Depressed Crow is a thing. Oh, Kina's moving. Okay.
She had to do something. So,
yeah, the Apathy, I agree with you fully.
I guess I could go on to talk about a scene I don't like.
Yeah, let's keep switching between people. I think that's really
That's also
cool.
a good one.
I'll go next and get another one. Let me use my brain power.
Brain power? You're a skeleton.
Okay,
Who did you steal?
Okay, sadly, not brain power. My two brain cells. They just float there. They don't know why they're there. They just float. Okay, but I would say another one of my favorite scenes. Funnily enough, it's gonna be a Volume 5 one.
Really?
So, okay, there are two small scenes which I'm gonna group together. Which one is a joke scene of the crows. I did it because that shit is funny. I don't care if it's like 2 seconds long. It's a fucking incredible. The other one is important. It would be. I don't like the full scene. I like one part of it. Salem's Council meeting Raven. I just love how snarky. It's more about Watts again. I love how snarky the bastard is, and how I must say this. I think he was fully aware of the Amber shit. I think he knew she wasn't the actual maiden.
Vernal.
And he just didn't care because it was Cinder trying to do this, and he just, I don't fucking care.
Vernal was the decoy.
Sorry, Vernal. I said Amber by accident.
Amber was the one who got impaled.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
technically Vernal got impaled too.
That is also true.
Okay, but again, that scene itself is annoying more because Raven speaks, and anytime she speaks, she's annoying. Nothing against Jessica Negri, she gets shit lines. She gets shit.
Hold on.
Cinder's voice actor is Jessica Negri.
You said Raven.
You said Raven.
I mixed it up again. Names are not my strong suit. I apologize. But yes, I don't even... Anna, that's her name. I don't remember Sir Raven's voice actor. She's cool. She has better lines than Cinder. But I think... I'll just open this out. Watts as a character is like a scene to himself because he's never had a bad fucking scene. He is always so cleverly written and has so much just charisma to him. I honestly can't say. I think his voice actor Christopher Sabat, not the best person, he's a brilliant voice actor. So yeah, I'm just gonna collide every Watts scene into this scene because again, the only thing I really like in the small scene there is Watts and
also
no, that's a separate one. But
I know.
I'll just say it.
It's fine.
So we have like him asking like what happened to his tail when he was informing like he needs to come back to help Tyrion. Is just absolute snarkiness when in the jail cell. Obviously, the one I mentioned earlier. Watts as a character is just the scene. He is the best. But I think that's more things. Kina.
Right.
Now Kina's back. It's your. We when you dipped out for a quick second, Ghost took your turn. So go. Your turn now. And you seem least you can do a least favorite. You want Ghost plans to do one, but I'm building to my least favorite.
Least favorite is that Cinder lived.
Yeah, that's.
Flung from that height and completely freaking frozen. That could have freaking killed her. If you hit still water, it can still freaking kill you.
Yep, because so that's something interesting. A bit of a science fact.
She also had her aura
knows.
broken, if I remember correctly.
Did she?
I don't know if
they
I
both
don't
did.
kn-
They're both of their auras were broken.
I honestly,
Because- mainly
it's been
because
so
I
long.
have a feeling that Raven was forwarding hers because she had Cinder on full frontal on her. So
Honestly, being that like aura breaking is such a thing that they still aren't very good at. I don't know. I would have to rewatch it, but that required me to rewatch that fight. And I must say this: I'm not the biggest fan of that fight.
the thing is with what I'm trying to explain is like the whole thing with people breaking their aura, you become vulnerable. No matter how fast your aura regens,
We're not Hazel.
until it's completely regenerated, you don't have it.
Yeah, we're not Hazel. No one is Hazel. Okay, but so that's
I did like the reason. Sorry.
That's your least favorite scene, just the fact that it's not really a scene. It's just like the volume 6 scene where
It's
she's
revealed
alive.
that Cinder is alive.
That's your least favorite scene in the entire show.
It is that like the funny thing is like I know technically she's considered the Phoenix rising from the ashes because she's considered Cinderella. Every time she fails, she somehow lives.
Kind of makes me think of Starscream.
But Starscream is also well written.
The
Starscream's
coward
actually
always.
well written, so like, do not compare the boy. Starscream.
There was a Generation 1 episode. Megatron and Starscream got like frozen solid. When they broke out, Megatron's trying to kill him, and Starscream's like, "No, it's not my fault. I swear, I was tricked as well." To which Megatron's response is, "You are either lying or you're stupid." And his response is, "I'm stupid. I'm stupid."
That's completely off topic, but G1 is just a fucking ride.
It's-
not the most well written, but it was the 90s. What the fuck was?
It was the 80s, but yes.
Oh yeah, what the fuck was?
I don't.
But Kina, continue.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're fine. Just watching this again. The upteenth time. In a slower pace because I cannot keep up with the original thing.
I'll just talk about that quick thing. I know people really like the maiden fight. It's pure spectacle. Literally, it's worth nothing. I'm gonna be honest. Also, it's too fast. It's just so unstable with the models that I cannot, like, even if I try
It's
to,
almost
even
like
if
a
I slow it
Dragon
down.
Ball fight, but it's like you're sitting in the actual universe, and you can barely keep track of what's going on.
Yeah, it's literally, but also I don't like even most Dragon Ball fights, so you're just making it worse. I'm saying, Volume 5 has so little good scenes, and all the scenes is mostly Watts, Crow, and the occasional funny line of some other character that isn't really, like, the only good scene I would fully consider is the Lancer fight with Weiss. Where, Weiss actually got a victory.
Do you like jazz?
Still crash. You shut the fuck up. They're wasps. They're not
No.
bees.
The thing is with the whole fight between Cinder and Raven. I am going to say this, even though I am a fan of Raven. There is possibly a way she did not come out of that unscathed.
Didn't she get thrown?
She got thrown. She literally had
Yeah, she
pinned
did.
to a fence that literally bent it. And
Oh.
I didn't see her aura activate.
Ooh.
Again,
So
this was
she
Volume
probably took
5.
that full
Aura
force.
was shit.
As if,
The-
as if she didn't already have back problems.
The Aura Shimmer was garbage in Volume 5. It only has started getting better, so I'm not gonna blame that fully. Because that's the issue why I don't.
It's not just the whole her being pressed against the fence. It's her being choked at the throat.
Yeah,
So-
that would also kind of.
And since technically, if a rim grabs you in an area where your aura is not present, it hurts a lot more.
Ah.
From
I don't know.
what
It's
I'm
hard. It's hard to
speculating.
judge the fact that we still, as always, know way too little about this own universe, and we have to just
How far
Figure
into
it
this
out.
are we?
Volume 8, and we still don't know how long that's
Also,
gonna go.
I can also break down the reason why the whole Cinder trying to pull the powers from her, why it stopped when she caught her attention is because she broke her concentration.
It's not hard to do.
You could point Cinder at a power plant and be like, "Look, power, go that way," and she will follow. She will go directly.
Is there anything else you want to say about Cinder being a live scene, or is that everything?
I just feel like her being alive in general can make or break this series, because she can be extremely impulsive.
I would call her
she's
extremely
currently
stupid more than
trying-
impulsive.
No, but she is currently trying to outright kill Ruby.
It's a personal
She's not
vendetta.
the only thing that Salem, I believe, has ever said to Cinder is deal with the maidens, not deal with the Silver Eyes.
Yep, but she's still
Because-
doing it.
Literally, back when Calavera was young, they had completely different people. They were mercenaries.
Yeah, they had to talk.
And the thing is, what I still quote Raven with this: Salem only uses people until they're no longer useful. So there's a point in Cinder's arc that she will be discarded by Salem.
I would find that to be satisfying.
I just want her
I
to
would be
die.
fine. I would find that satisfying too.
Okay, but Ghost, I
Oh.
think it's your turn now. Then.
So, I already know there's a group of people that are gonna shoot me for this. My least favorite scene is the fight between Yang, Blake, and Adam.
It feels too forced.
First, it's too forced. Second, once again, we're sitting on a flat plane and they're doing jack shit. Third, why? Just why?
If he didn't know the bike was coming, he would have been concussed from the beginning.
So he didn't show any signs of being concussed.
He must have clicked it, or they must have had some kind of plot armor on top of him that he did not get completely concussed. Because a bike of that size falling on top of someone could kill them.
Even with Aura, I'm pretty sure that just getting hit that hard, you're gonna be disoriented.
But that was the second half of Volume 6. When would any of the second half make sense?
This one I actually do have a bit of other reasoning behind it, other than I just didn't like the fact that we were sitting on a flat plane, and also the bike thing. So, where did I see it? I saw someone's video. They were actually comparing that fight to Yang versus Mercury, specifically in the context of like how the fight choreography was, and how different effects were used.
I can kind of say that Yang has grown up in the way that she fights. She doesn't completely focus all of her strength on her semblance. She doesn't rely on her semblance.
She has a lot more like acrobatics to it.
Does it make her a good character?
Similar to like when she fought Sadie.
I would argue though it doesn't make her a good character still. But that's my opinion. I find Yang incredibly boring, even from Volume 1.
I wish I knew what this video
told
was.
By my boyfriend, he does not like making a hole. So
No, I've been aware of that for ages, but Ghost, let's let Ghost finish.
Go ahead, Ghost.
So there's the one that I really took note of from the video that I had watched. They had pointed out that in Yang versus Mercury there was a shockwave effect that was it applied to Mercury or Yang? The point is, it got used, and you can actually see it like explode outward, but not like from the point of contact. It explodes outward and behind whoever got hit. I need to go rewatch this fight scene.
Dude, how long will it take?
I can do it later. That's not something that I need to look at now. The point is, it was used to show that there was a huge amount of force that stopped and had to rearrange itself around something. In the fight between Yang, Blake, and Adam, the shockwave effect is just made to be like this tiny little pop. From the point of contact, just kind of going outward in whatever direction the camera is positioned in. It's... First of all, that is not how you use such an effect. Second of all, it looks really dumb. It looks like someone tapped the screen on an iPhone.
There's just a lot of aspects to it.
It does not fit well to me. I do not enjoy watching stuff like that.
So, shall I go next again?
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to say.
Let's see, another scene I really enjoy, because I'm still not going to do the other one yet. Oh my god. Sorry, people being loud in the other room here.
That's fine.
Okay, I would have to say one of my, obviously, well, this is going to go really back, but, I'm biased to the Armor Gigas in every situation, like, every time it shows up.
It looks cool!
From, like, the first, obviously, the white trailer, bless Monty, man's a fucking crazy person. Its small appearance at the end of Volume 3, and then, of course, it fully showed up later on. I fucking love the Armor Gigas. It's so well... I think it's actually still well animated, even in, like, the Mistral arc, which is saying something, because nothing looked that good in the Mistral arc. But, yeah, so, in general, most of my favorite scenes is just the giant man swinging his sword and destroying stuff.
Swing my sword.
Gosh, that's old. So yeah, not much to say besides that. I really like the Armor Gigas, and that's kind of it. Well, be honest, I kind of just like Geists in general because it's fun to see. I think it's gives the animators an interesting movement option because it's all floaty. So I think that goes back to you. Either of you can go next if you want. If you got one.
Kina, because I just went before you.
Yeah.
It's Kina's turn.
You got another scene, or do you want to just give Ghost another turn?
I haven't been listening.
Oh. It's just
I basically turned up the volume on this fight, so sorry.
You're still watching the fight?
The thing is, the thing is, what happens when I watch fights is I will slow it down, restart it, slow it down.
Okay, so Ghost, I think that means you go next again.
Another scene. What's something else I really like? I'm trying to think, but now that I've been put on the spot, I can't really. My brain is shutting down. I'm so sorry. No, hold on. I can come up with something.
I can. You know what I can say?
Yes.
It's actually one of my favorite scenes. It has to do with the whole thing with Cinder dying, almost. Basically, what happened at the end of the fight between Raven and Cinder. Raven basically was an eye for an eye for Cinder, because if you guys remember, Cinder's the one that first froze her, made her watch someone die in front of her. So, no, for Raven to freeze her back up after that, and have her have that feeling of death, like she's gonna die. She falls because they didn't know what was the end at the bottom of it. Just I liked the fear in her eyes.
Yes.
I liked the fear in Cinder's eyes because she was freaking out. So
how the hell did I lose? Because it was a skill issue.
The thing is that some people don't realize. Cinder may have huntsman training. I don't
Very
even
little.
think she does have that much huntsman training because she was like a mercenary, I think, brand. But you guys, people don't tend to realize that those of the Bronwyn's, the twins, were sent to. Hey, you were sent to. Hey.
Oh, Borvak is actually here.
Hey yo!
They were sent to.
This didn't mess up the way I've...
Beacon to learn how to kill huntsmen. On top of their original training the whole thing is all of that training that they have prior, before they knew about aura, before they knew about their weapons and everything that you have to deal with when you're a huntsman, or when you're trying to deal with huntsmen, is that I completely lost my thought.
It'll come back to you. Also, welcome, Borvak.
Still muted.
Dang it.
There you go.
Hello.
Oh. You at home or?
We're just, as we say, we're discussing favorite scenes and stuff and small tangents besides that.
This is being recorded to make sure you remember that. Everyone's aware now. These two were already aware. Where was I going with this? I had a point.
The thing is, I caught my train.
Yay!
The thing with the whole fight between Raven and Cinder and how it was so unmatched is because Cinder is she's going all out. She's growling, she's putting all of her effort into it. If you guys realize and rewatch it, Raven's not breaking a sweat. It's because of their training difference, it's because of their personal levels, I guess.
Raven has more experience.
Raven has more
training.
experience. She's also twice her
actual
age.
Training. That as well. So let's see, we've got
She's also twice
legitimate
Cinder's
training,
age.
graduated from a Huntsman Academy,
Mhm.
twice Cinder's age. Like, more than
Also,
likely has
like,
had more time
even
to
if-
master her maiden powers as well.
Yeah, even if Cinder. Funny thing is, Cinder only has one element. Guys, think about it. She
Only
uses
seen her use
predominantly fire because of her semblance.
Mhm.
But Raven has multiple different elements, and that's not just because of her powers. That is because of her weapon.
Yeah, she has the.
And if she activates the whole thing with that, with how I see it, is that whenever she's using specific elements from her
weapon.
Omen, when she's using Omen, just her maiden power is activated, or it makes it stronger because I don't understand.
The maiden powers are magical bullshit. Let's all be honest here.
Yeah.
We. It's. Does anyone remember the Moon Knight meme? Just random bullshit. Go.
Yep.
That is the maiden powers.
Very caught up on my Moon Knight memes.
Go gadget bullshit, Mary.
Oh. Anything else to say, Kina?
I just don't want to sound biased either, because I'm gonna slowly turn
right
into
back.
Raven as this goes on. My voice
You
keeps
have-
skipping out.
Most of your favorite scenes have been about Raven, though, to say it at least.
This is muted. For some reason.
Yeah, he said he'll be back. Well, we can continue. He's probably going to keep recording. Hey, Borvak.
Hello.
You got a least favorite or favorite scene you like to talk about?
Do I have a favorite or a least favorite?
That's kind of the point of this one. Just talk about scenes in general. Either be collective, like I mentioned, all the Watt scenes and all the Armagiga scenes. But like, or just specific scenes. Like, of course, like most of what Kina's been talking, like the vault scenes.
I'm just saying, there's so many things to choose.
Yeah.
For both segments of those.
Just one at a time if you want. We've done a few of them, and I don't know how long we plan to record to as long as we wish. Until all of us go like, yeah, I think we've had enough.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna be waiting for
Ruby
this
doesn't.
package from my mom. Be back.
Okay. Well, Borvak, you got anything?
Yeah. Ruby
Well,
versus the April.
That is an interesting choice. Is that favorite
What a-
or least favorite?
What a trash fire.
Favorite. Sorry, least favorite.
Why is that fine? the get-go, when at the beginning of that fight, you had Team RWBY being absolutely smothered. We had, like, ASOS was just doing their job, Team RWBY didn't want to comply. And they were like, we're better than you, because you trained us. Like, really? You're gonna treat them that bad? Because the difference is, the ASOS have way more experience than RWBY. Sure, they fought them, but there was no application yet.
We also only ever saw one training session.
We saw one training montage of RWBY and Harry. All scenes relating to Blake and Yang were either them going to the movies or just hanging out. There was no training for Team RWBY. Wife didn't spend time with Mary to train to summon so she could like learn how to manipulate both herself as well as to summon at two separate intervals. There was no training for Yang. There was no training for Blake, though I don't know what kind of training Blake could have, because she's practically at her peak. You had the rest of RWBY who was sitting at like a meter 3 in their learning. There was just like you had a bare minimum story out of them. And then the insults, which were already a very cohesive team, they already shown how well they work together. They already outclassed RWBY tenfold on multiple occasions. For instance, Team RWBY didn't realize that the ASOS would even snuck up on them in Volume 7.
Just whoosh! Here, yep, look at that.
The
You're all in cups.
The only person who even realized was Ren. And Ren didn't even notice until the very last second.
I'm surprised Crow didn't notice. Well, actually, he was probably drunk.
It's absolutely amazing how RWBY goes out of their way to say, we're better than you because we trained them. There was only one training montage, and the training montage primarily focused on Juniper. Well, I should say Juniper, I'm also Junior. And then Osprey and Oscar. But that entire scene was just an absolute joke. They completely tore down each one of the ASOPs so quickly and so lacklusterful. Like the entire scene was just lackluster. The most intriguing thing that they did throughout that fight was RWBY versus Harry. Because two spinsters going at it is just like the bloody flash and reverse flash. That could have been so good. It could have been so good. And then they ended the fight by having Harriet smash her head in front of an ice wall.
Wouldn't a soldier be able to recognize, hey, dust has been activated. I shouldn't just bolt straight forward. Like, it's not like it's silent.
They're trained soldiers that are in either their mid-30s or pushing early 30s. They have the same combat power, if not more, probably not more, but the same power as Crow. Yet,
A legendary huntsman.
bodied. They got bodied by a bunch of preteens.
With incomplete Huntsman Academy training.
The only one who I see who shouldn't have a problem in that fight is Blake. That is the only person who shouldn't have had a problem in that fight. And guess who was the first one to go down?
Blake.
It was me. She had the most combat experience out of all 4 girls, yet she was always the first one out now. Before it was White, and it never made sense for White.
I saw someone make the argument the reason Weiss used to lose a lot is because she would fight like it was like a tournament style thing. So she'd fight properly, and everyone else would fight dirty.
Well, the thing is that with her glyph, she relied too much on glyph. And that was the main issue. Because she relied too much on glyph and not enough on her actual fighting stuff. So she was bogged down with her movement. But even having that said, she had a wide variety of glyphs that she could have at her disposal depending on what stuff type.
But she just relies on her summons now.
Now she just relies on her summons. Because she's like, okay, so if I lost every single fight that I've ever been in because I relied too much on my glyph, now I'll just rely on a giant Armageddon to go swing his sword around for me.
Still looks cool though.
And then now put the stuff on it. And the thing is, he should have done more. He absolutely should have done more. But yes, I get it. He was already having the forms of doubt in his head where he didn't want to hurt Team Ruby. But from the get-go, Team Ruby were making it very clear that they didn't give a shit. And they were going to hurt him. Volume 7 and Volume 8, I just didn't really like them, mainly because it's been portraying our protagonist as
Paragons of virtue and glory.
they're not even focusing on the virtue.
They just don't seem to lose.
It's like, if you want a good anti-hero story, take a look at Washington from RWBY. They have done the anti-hero so well with Washington.
Basically, if you don't like RWBY, watch RBT. It's just better. RBG. Watch
RWBY.
RBG. Watch Red vs. Blue. It's just better. It just is.
I'm not even saying that, because there are still moments in RWBY which is an absolute snowflake.
No overall better than RWBY.
I'm just saying, like, having that underdog mentality, because that's what that's like. I'm gonna run off into just the ideology behind where our characters are, and in comparison to another character that we've not really got.
Okay.
So you have Team Ruby, which is in this situation, being the underdog, and you have the Usos who are like Carolina. They're like Carolina, completely untouchable. And then you have Washington somehow overcome Carolina, just like never having that capability. You know? That's always been the thing. Like, Washington has always been in the top 10. But it's always. So how is it that Team Ruby, who are the underdogs in this situation, who throughout this entire encounter, and I'm sick of people saying this too, it's another little gripe that I have, is that they didn't trust.
They didn't what?
Everyone tells me, like, oh, it makes sense why they wouldn't trust James. And they wouldn't tell him straight away. You know, I can understand that. I can understand that to a point. So what happened with that? But the moment he took them in, he gave them their huntress licenses. They could have realized that this is still the same item. Despite what's going on outside, this is still the same. And stick to the vow that we made against Ozpip. That we're going to tell the truth from now on. No one's going to stop us.
Which they didn't.
Look what happened. The entirety of Atlas
Are
Yeah.
difficulties. Hearing you.
So Borvak's mic cut out again.
Hello?
Hello.
The entirety of Atlas's fall lies purely on Ruby's head because she went back on her words to Ozpip.
Yeah. That was a scene I did not like.
You know the fun thing about that? Ruby tends to break her promises. Yang tends to keep her promises. Because of what her mother told her in Volume 5, you have to constantly ask questions. Yang's been constantly asking questions.
There were a few moments where she would question Ruby's leadership. In fact, I think that's one of the driving forces for why they split up in the latter half of Volume 8. I very much am a proponent of complex storytelling. That is not... What the latter half of Volume 8 attempted to do was not good storytelling.
Absolutely.
Could the concepts presented in both Volume 7 and 8 operate within, good storytelling? Absolutely. But it boils down to execution and how each character acts is written and how they respond to given situations. For example, a scene I did like was when Ren just kind of snapped.
Yeah.
He had all of the weighted against him, yeah.
Regardless of reason why, that moment was... ignoring the reason, that moment really is pegged to me as, Ren has been thinking about all of this, and because he's the strong silent guy, he's not just outwardly talking about it, he's just thinking, we're not ready for this at all. Till finally it all ends up boiling over. I like seeing scenes like that. Then everything kind of just trickles away, like it fizzles out. And that's...
I think what they were trying to pull there was that how to trust Ruby. But the thing is, Ruby is still young. She still doesn't
Ruby
understand.
is the youngest outside of Oscar.
Yeah.
And that's if you don't count all of Ozpin's extra life added. By the way, why does he only tap into
just count the host, not the parasite?
Really?
Parasite? I'd call it a curse.
The way I could explain it better, okay?
I wouldn't even. I personally wouldn't call it a parasite. That's quite a way of putting it. I call it a curse.
I definitely call him a parasite.
Osmond's still a better character than all of the main cast, bar-wise.
Ozma is just a parasite.
I don't think he wants to be.
Well, I think...
Or
May
he's
I
a
go
parasite
now?
because his wife made him.
This is all of a couple drama and Salem being a fucking stupid bitch. That's enough said. The story...
1, you're right. 2, the gods did not help at all.
The God of Darkness did nothing wrong. I'm gonna say
True.
it, he did nothing wrong.
He was like, you wish for me to revive your dead husband.
Like he's like someone's actually coming to him for once. Like he
Like,
feels,
yes, I get to do things.
and then he learned he got lied to, like, bitch, fuck you.
Yeah.
Just like, God of Darkness did nothing wrong. Fuck the God of Light. God of Darkness is the best God. I'll say it, but like, may I do next scene?
He had one genuine follower
Yeah.
because he had no one, and he thought finally one creation wanted to devote themselves to him, and he would do anything to keep that follower.
Yep.
Screw the
if it
rules,
meant
I'm a
breaking the
god.
code with his favorite person. Even if it meant breaking the code with his brother. He had finally gotten one worshipper and knew what it felt like.
And then that was taken away.
That was
Because
taken away because she just turned to him out of desperation.
Well, I'll go next then because I have Borvak did a lot.
Yep.
I have not said my least favorite yet because I'm saving it, but everyone of this group knows what it is, so I'm just going. I'm going to be ranting about that for a bit. The next one,
I know what it is.
Knucklavavi. That bitch needed more time, but I fucking love him. The Knuck is one of my favorite Grim. Could be my favorite. I haven't judged my Grim yet. He needed more time and more build up, I feel like, and he would be great. And obviously a better animation and fight. But him himself just strikes this incredible presence
He's also
compared to
very
every other
kind of
Grim.
jittery.
Yeah, well, that I remember was entirely because some enemy was fucking with his model. Kerry saw them and keep it. That was it. Some guy was fucking around, just like, and Kerry saw it.
It does give it an uncanny vibe.
And I do like how it is consistent that only one part of it fights at a time because it's not actually a single entity. It's two people. It's two Grim
separate Grim.
trying to work. So if Grim have nerves, their nerves are fucked up.
Please no. Please no. Please
I am-
no.
I was one curious that there is this smoke billowing from the horse's mouth, and that's a little fun. I don't know if that was it didn't do anything, but that's a little fun reference to the original inspiration that the Knucklavavi was known to destroy crops with this miasmas traits. Also, weird fact, believe it, the Knuck was more considered a sea creature than an actual creature of the land. It had a lot of aquatic theme into it. That has nothing to do with the RWBY Knuck, but it is interesting. Yeah, the Knuck is one of my highest obsessions. If I would rank Grim as characters, Knuck top 5 easily. But I don't rank Grim as characters. Maybe the Hound now because he at least has a personality. You can consider him a character, but so yeah, there's not much to say. Again, most of my favorites, it's kind of self-explanatory why I like them. The Knuck is cool. He looked cool. And Volume 4 and he didn't deserve to be in Volume 4. God, I'm still sad about that. Okay, who wants to go next? We're still just going. Anyone has a scene in mind? I think Borvak have many, but
I've got
Borvak
a
goes-
scene that I like. That being from Volume 2, the Paladin fight.
Ooh, that's classic.
It's just fun. It's
is
cool to
fun.
watch the combo moves. The mech itself looks like it would hurt to get hit by. Also,
Yang through a pillar.
yeah, first punched Yang through a pillar, that was cool. Second, how many people survived those car accidents it caused?
Answer, we don't know, and answer we will never know.
We will never know.
People died. We know people, definitely people
More
died.
than likely. Also, what about the room of faunas that it just kind of charged through? Are they okay? They're probably not okay.
We can never, it's off the screen, we will never know.
We will never know.
Neptune spaghetti noodle mess.
I actually also really liked the AK-130 models. Those are cool.
There isn't much else to say. It's kind of another self-explanatory why the scene's good.
Pretty much. Once again,
Okay.
good cinematography, good choreography. Everything just looked cool.
It had Roman in it.
Roman
Gives it
was
100
there.
points. Had 100 points added. Neo's actual first real introduction, because he was mostly in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah, it had everything. Okay, anyone next? Kina, Borvak? One of you two?
Right now.
Not right now. Borvak, you got another one?
I don't-
Least
Oh,
favorite
absolutely.
favorite? Yeah, do you want? Is it the least favorite or favorite this time?
This is gonna be a favorite.
Ooh, let's hear it then.
It's technically two scenes. Kina's already heard this because I fucking blabbled on about it before. Let's go back to the Stray in Volume 1.
What?
So,
What?
the scene where Blake takes off the bow.
Oh.
It's a small scene, but yeah, no, I can get it.
It's a small scene, and the reason I love it is because a volume later, the same words are then reciprocated. Sons, I knew you'd look better without a bow, was then said at the same statue in the same lighting by Blake, saying, I knew you'd look better in a tie.
Ayo. Also, hello,
yeah.
cat.
Welcome, Cat. This is Catra has joined us. I don't know if Catra will be talking, but they can just vibe with us. So, that's a very small one, Borvak. Kina, I still think is busy. So, should I go next again? Or do you have anything else to really say about that scene?
I like it because Sun's there.
I do love it because Sun's there.
You gotta love Sun. The perfect wingman.
Good callback scene. And it really showed where the relationship was being built towards. And now I know that a lot of little wasps are going to get angry because
Borvak, I don't ship it either. And to the wasps, I say, cry about it, you little punks.
You're getting your stamp ship in the show. It's obviously
The
happening.
thing is, I don't
Stop
think the wasps know what they're doing is wrong. I think it's not. I think it's right, but they don't think they don't understand.
Some
Because
definitely
I've
do.
been-
So
I've
some
been
definitely do.
Target of them too.
I mean,
So-
talk about
So I'm gonna say the burning candle scene is a scene that I've had with my
and it's broken.
It's-
It broke again, Borvak.
The burning candle scene is a scene that I have had many times with my own siblings. And that is that you tell them a story to warn them about doing something. And that's the way that I see the burning candle scene. It's between two sisters. One pushing herself too hard, the other just telling her to just slow down.
Glad I wasn't the only one.
Burn yourself out a lot faster than you hoped to. If you burn yourself out, you won't be able to do what you want to do. Situation if you ever find them or if you ever have to deal with them again. The whole thing about having a sisterly bond instead of a loving bond, because it doesn't make sense to have them be in that relationship. I'm not gonna be attacked by that trigger. Okay.
Let them try, because I will continue to say this. Cry about it. Cry about it, fools.
It's just that the burning candle scene is supposedly the blooming of Jang's relationship with Blake.
It really doesn't
Where
feel like
I
that.
just see it as a sister. I just see it as two sisters standing side by side trying to help. Done talking with Blake, she reciprocates Sun's original line to her when he found her standing in that exact same spot after removing her bow. That is poetic and romantic. That she would even recall that line and reciprocate it. That is a classic romance trope.
Remember the small
And
stuff.
I absolutely adore it. Also, I just love Sun.
Everybody loves the monkey.
Everything
wanted-
was Sun scene except for the slap scene.
Okay.
Okay, Borvak, if you want, I compiled every Armor Gigas and Watts scene into one full scene, so you could just do that for Sun if you want. Every Sun scene except that one.
Everything except the abuse scene.
I was always really confused about that because that was in volume 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we see Blake slap Sun in volume 4
Multiple times.
multiple times. And what is it supposed to convey? Like comedy? Is she's angry? What is this acceptable? Like because
Hopefully it's acceptable.
apparently. But we also see Jacques slap Weiss in the same volume.
And he was demonized from the get-go.
Nobody liked Jacques anyway. Everyone saw him as just kind of a dick of a businessman.
No one liked Jock. But for some reason, Blake slapping Sun, which I'm gonna get to in a second once I get back into the little cleaner closet here. I'm gonna get into that. So just hold on.
Okie dokie. I'd say Sun typically rocks the scenes that he's in.
I would agree with you.
So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The reason why Sun is even in Menagerie to begin with is once again a finance first. Hello?
Yep.
Hello.
The whole reason Sun even followed Blake's Menagerie is because of a famous romance first. Because, once again, he saw how his wife in volume 2, when she was dead set on finding Robin Torture and taking him down all by herself, he remembered that and said, I'm going to follow her, but if she tells me no and to go home, then I'll be forced to go because I have to wish it. But if I hit him, then she can't stop it out. And when we're already out in the middle of the ocean, tell me no, because then I'll have to go.
The old
But he
secret following trick.
He was dead set on following her because he thought, and he even admitted it, which for some reason nobody seems to remember. He admitted that he thought she was going on a one-woman army against the white family. He thought she was going on a one-woman army against the white family. And he didn't want to leave her to do it alone, so he followed her. And he was planning to stay hidden until she was in danger. Hence why he finally showed himself to keep her alive. And then ever since he was Borvak.
Yeah.
Well, that went from a favorite scene to least favorite in one. You got two in there.
Yep.
Okay, may I go now?
Sure.
Okay, so I don't really have much else to say. I'm starting to come up with stuff. There's a lot of other scenes I could think, but I'm a bit tired, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna do this one, then I'll finally get to the least favorite. There's a lot I don't like about RWBY, but there's one big thing. So I'll get into it finally. I think most people have been waiting for favorites. Tyrion.
There he is. I was
Dude
waiting for
has-
that.
Dude is the fucking funniest, and honestly, I'll say it. After Volume 3, best fights has always had him in it. Every fight Tyrion's been a part of, from being short to long, it looks fucking great. I don't know if the budget just gets put on that or something, but I adore it.
He's kind of like the Joker.
Everyone's made that joke, and I don't care. I could believe it. I also could believe him being voiced by Mark Hamill would be really fun. But as I get back to it, his Volume 4 fight introduction, I would consider that more because he gets introduced at the start, but he didn't do much, and then I would say that is his full introduction. And then just him absolutely clowning on Team RWBY, and also, you know, actually doing well against Crow still.
Even
And
with
of
Crow's
course-
semblance.
Yeah. Dude lost his tail, but almost, you know, he could have killed Crow.
He got really close to winning against Crow.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, his mental breakdown when he got back to Salem was just holy shit. His smugness before when the remaining Haven group got back, and him just being smug as fuck. And then obviously when everything he did in Atlas, just the forest, him murdering Forrest again, one of the funniest scenes retroactively, just like hello there. And of course his fight with Clover, Robin, and Crow, and his fight with Clover and Crow, just and then him, sadly, of course, Volume 8 would have been better with him, but he dipped off after that. But he also got one of the funnest scenes. I've seen him just talking like, you know, she's gonna end the world, and he does not care. So yeah, basically, Tyrion as a whole, like Watts, has never had a bad scene. I'm gonna say it right now. And that's kind of all I have to say before getting to the big ones. So yeah, this is why Tyrion is the best character, and I hear nothing of anyone. The joke, by the way, you can have your opinion.
Disclaimer, you can have opinions, just don't force them on others.
Yeah, I'm just making jokes. Okay, who's next then? After my last one, I don't think I'm gonna have much else to talk about. So, Kina hasn't had a chance to do one in a bit.
You still busy, Kina?
Is her mic broken?
I really hope it's not broken, that she's been trying to talk this whole time. I feel really bad.
We'll just wait for a second.
I can hear my cat outside my door. She's screaming at something.
Cat, big cat.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Okay, I don't think she's here. Borvak Ghost, you want to take the next one? No, wait, I just said
There's Kina.
Sorry, I had to go check something.
That's
Okay,
fine.
it's
Still waiting on my mom's package, that's why I'm hopping back and forth.
yeah, but you want to go a quick one? After I just finished the Toy about Tyrion, so after this one is gonna be my least favorite.
Worst
So,
favorite.
What are we doing again?
just any more scenes you want to talk about, or
Favorite,
Oh,
any,
fight scenes?
favorite.
Well,
Just
just that with-
scenes in general. Ones you liked, ones you didn't like.
you know, the thing
Ones
we've
that
been
had
doing.
You guys
something you
know
wanna talk
me.
I already know where this is going.
Okay, question. Can you name one that isn't about Raven? Honest question. Is there any scene that, like, besides your favorite character, you like to talk about? If you say no, then that's fine. I'm just curious if there is any that come to mind.
I think the fight on the train.
Ooh!
Oh,
My
with,
favorite-
with
Volume 2? Volume 2 or Volume 6?
Not volume 2. Volume 6.
6?
Oh.
August?
The Manticore.
August Limited with the Manticores and the Sphinx? And the Sphinx?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that's both
That-
train
that
fights.
is- that is a better teamwork, I think,
Would
we've
they?
seen.
Both train fights were good. They should put RWBY on trains more often. It seems to turn out pretty well.
I think my favorite one has to be the Bumblebee one, because not only did they were using Shroud most of it, the whole thing of tying it down so that either RWBY or Crow could get to it, because it was a flyer. Tie them down in order to get to them. I think whole thing with Yang manhandling a manticore, I guess, works too.
Manhandling a manticore. That weirdly lines up.
Just manhandle the manticore.
Well, original manticores did have human faces.
Did they?
Yeah. Weird. Manticores were really weird creatures. They were really weird creatures.
But did they
But that was
summon the
Greek
mane of a
mythology.
lion, or did they just...
They had the mane of the lion, just had a human face.
Oh.
Again, Greek mythology just was on crack. But Kina, that's a good choice. I actually wouldn't have thought August Limited. I wouldn't have thought about that. Just
I had completely forgotten that scene existed.
same. Well, any others, Kina? Because you've missed a few, so you probably should deserve to get a few more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
If you don't have any, then that's fine. We'll just move on to someone else.
'Cause anything dealing with that freaking Cinder handled trying to gain someone on her side is very much like playing chess. So she thinks of her as the Black Queen, which technically the Black Queen is Salem.
Yep.
But
She's a pawn. Not even. She
She's a
doesn't even get to
pawn,
be a.
yeah.
She doesn't even get to
she's
be a
an
special piece.
overachieving pawn. That's what she is.
She's the pawn that went forward 2 spaces.
Oh my god! I just registered this. There is no king. There is no king. Hazel's the rook. Tyrion's the knight / but there's 2 knights that would be talking Tyrion.
I'd say Tyrion would be the knight because the knights
Yeah,
can
no.
jump over things.
Yeah, like they're the and of course Bishop thing. And then like there's obviously 2 others, but now pawn. Fuck her. She doesn't get to be a special piece.
Mercury and Emerald can be the bishops.
No, they're
That
still
note-
pawn.
On that note, she tried to basically take a king or a queen and trying to like basically inside castle them, but not really.
Ooh, my food's here. I will be
The way that
right back.
I'm explaining it is that she tried to take technically a queen, because technically Raven is the leader, to her side. Even though you can't technically do that in chess. She's a pawn that's acting like a bishop, or she's a pawn that's acting like a knight that oversteps their boundaries, oversteps their uses. Of course, I feel like Salem gives Cinder more free reign when it comes to doing things, even though I don't think she even cares. I think what Salem wants is that she wants to be feared, and the way that there is portraying that fear is by pushing all of the fear that you should have of Salem onto Cinder herself. Like the way that I see Cinder is she's the personification of envy. She's always jealous. She seems to be jealous on everything. She also has a lot of wrath on her side as well. That's also.
If we're going sins with the villains, Raph has to be Hazel.
Wrath, maybe. Greed.
Nah, Greed doesn't.
Greed is
affect me
probably Tyrion.
Actually, no. I wouldn't consider him greed. Actually, I would consider Cinder more greedy.
I guess more greed. Yeah.
Hello, I've returned. I'm
He's
sorry.
back with food. He's back with food.
I have hibachi shrimp.
That sounds disgusting, but that's also I've never had shrimp. The sneeze.
Huh?
Nice. So that we could hear the sneeze.
That is
Yeah.
now going to be on YouTube.
No.
Oh no! Okay, if that
Free.
goes the finger to your
Just
turn
imagine Raven sneezing and puffing feathers off.
That would be, draw a picture of that. That's hilarious. Draw a picture of
Please
that.
do that.
That'd be great. Okay, Borvak Ghost, which one of you wants to go next?
Let's see, what have I got? I had a thought. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I don't have a train.
Okay, give
Lost
us
the
a
train.
Borvak, you go again so it gives him time.
I got one.
Okay.
Why is it that Tyrion always has such punchable face?
Wait, who?
Tyrion.
Tyrion
why
has a
does Tyrion-
punchable face.
Because his face is perfection, and all face that is perfection is also punchable. If it's a perfect face, it has to be every aspect.
I love that scene. Where
No,
I like that Crow kind of just shrugged when just before he punched Tyrion. He was like, why not? Bam!
the main
Because Crow's been holding back since.
the main snappy
cracking knuckles on Tyrion's nose.
I was like, I need to crack my knuckles. Bam!
So is that one of your favorite scenes? Just the Crow's absolute dick in Tyrion. Fully understandable. You need more time, Ghost?
Hold on.
You want to see? I would like to see him to deck him again.
I would like him to get fine.
Dodecahedron, that ass.
So bad.
Don't think I didn't hear that.
I guess Ty rubbed off on me after all.
Oh my lord.
So there's a scene that I like. It's in volume 3. It's when Emerald is having to explain that her teammates are socially acceptable, or whatever it was she actually said, and then it just shows Mercury sniffing a boot. He's like, it's like, oh yeah, they're eccentric. Let me smell this boot. Yes, a fine harvest this year.
That's such a random scene.
It's funny! I love it! It's so stupid!
I like that, dude. You'll see. Okay, is it finally time for the shit that everyone's probably been expecting of me?
I forget what it is, but I could... Yes.
My least favorite scene.
Alright.
It's all of Cinder. Like, why the fuck is anyone surprised?
We are
There
not
is not a
surprised
single.
at all.
There's not a single.
Oh, you
scene
told me
that-
this! You told me this before we started recording.
I did, and I was wondering if you forgot or not. I struggle. This is the thing I think about. I cannot decide what scenes of Cinder's, sorry, I'm a bit loud, that I hate more than others. I hate them all so equally because they all are the same fucking scene. There is like no difference in anything she does. It is just so it's both so mindlessly boring and garbage at the same time. And anytime if she's paired with a decent character, those other characters get brought down a slight bit. Except if your name is Watts. Watts is like the only exception to that rule. You just can't fuck with that man. Like, bitch. You cannot
I
trust.
mean, he is very much a king when it comes to flaming.
But that is literally just, I don't have a single least favorite scene. It is just collectively any scene Cinder is a prime part of. The best time Cinder was a thing was when at the start of Volume 4, when she couldn't fucking talk. Oh, and he's dead. Borvak. He's back.
And he's
So,
back!
There isn't much else that I have to say. There is some reason that Neo has been barely mentioned in a lot of our scenes, but I feel like we don't have to mention how great she is, but I'll just do it now.
Well, Neo never talks, so whatever.
That's why her scenes are so
Exactly.
great. It's just
Perfect.
pure thing. I feel like someone else can like articulate why Neo's scenes are much better than me, so I'm gonna I don't really want to like have much else that I want to talk about for like these scenes wise.
I can take a jab at why Neo's scenes are so well done.
If you want, well, if anyone wants to take a try, Borvak, any of them, I don't. But that's probably all my scenes I'm going to talk about. So I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. But yeah, Tyrion is the best. Cinder should never be in the show. Should have never been created.
Dang.
I'll say it. She's never been good. Volume 2 till now, she's still shit. The only thing she had, oh yeah, she was introduced in Volume 1. I keep forgetting that. Because she showed up in the first episode, and when else? None.
She showed up when. No, she showed up to talk to Roman. Remember the.
I remember.
Oh, she sent the kids again. This is turning out just like the divorce.
Okay, but so that's all my stuff to talk about. So yeah, you
I
guys
actually
take.
like that scene. It was just funny.
It's Roman. He didn't have a bad scene either, except when he died, which shouldn't have happened.
He died while talking.
So yeah, that's everything I want to say. So you guys can take whatever you want.
Yes.
You go.
The only reason why any of you aren't like off is because there's no dialogue. Just go with it. Having the little bits and pieces like for the big or something just adds on to that mystery that you hold for
It's not so much an air of mystery. It's just you have to actually see the different way the scene is playing out to see what she would actually be saying.
She is the epitome of like going and not telling. She is the epitome of that analysis. Because she shows you what she will tell you. And that's the whole problem with Kina. She's a still not to stop talking.
Cinder is the writing problem of tell, don't show. Neo is show, don't tell.
Because they don't. Because they don't have an option. They don't have a way that they can't do that. Honestly, if Neo could talk, she would just fall into that thing. But being that she can't,
everyone tends to talk a bit too much in this show. It's like, stop talking. Don't give me exposition. Show me the cool shit. By the way, we are like a couple hours into this, so I'm perfectly willing to swear. I mean, we started at, well, it's like maybe an hour and a half.
I don't mind her living up to the point stable, but she should have stayed there. Living next to us.
You mean Cinder?
Yeah. Yes, I'm talking about that.
Just
Cinder
making sure.
Cinder living after
all the way
Raven's
to
freaking-
the volume 5.
I talked about this.
I know you talked about it. I'm just saying it again. Cinder should be dead.
Just should be dead.
Cinder should have been dead and should have stayed dead. Because after volume 5, she went right back to her, like after volume 4, where she had lost her voice, and going into volume 5, she went right to her old ways. And then after she died, it was like, oh, she's dead because no, she just was magically alive, and then she just continued doing her own stuff. And it made the show stop.
I really do question, why did they not check? Like, I get in the case of like throwing her into what looks like a bottomless pit after freezing her. It's like, there's no human possible way of you not being dead. But,
Well,
oh yeah, we kind
really,
of blew up Monstra, the giant whale thing. That had to have killed everyone, right? No. You go check for a body. Sure, there's no Grim anymore, or at least very little. But you can deal with Grim.
only confirmed body was Hazel.
Literally, only Hazel was a confirmed kill there.
Actually, no, there wasn't because we never saw the body.
Are you saying that a nuclear bomb, like 2 feet in front of you, would not eviscerate you?
This is RWBY.
That is true. I keep
Also,
trying to
Hazel
apply
is
real
literally
physics.
the brick shithole.
Man's just built like man's
We're
built
gonna see
different.
another sentence. We're gonna see another sentence.
Was it a
Yeah,
bomb that
it is.
killed Monstro? I thought it was freaking
We'll call it the
release
bomb.
of the cane.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we're calling it
it
a
was
bomb.
the releasing of the kinetic energy within long memory. I just called it a bomb because it did basically the same thing.
It did basically what the bomb did.
Actually,
This
how
weapon has a
effective would that?
name?
Yeah, it's called
The
the
game's
long
called
memory.
long memory.
one of the coolest weapons in the series, and it's so simple.
How does it store kinetic energy?
Magic.
Right.
Every time you smack it.
I keep forgetting. Hold on. Does that mean Ozpin's like stabby move where he just like? I'm gonna use a quote from Crumbling Cube. Sometimes when little bitches get out of line, you need to give them the cane. That was. I loved that because that was paired with Oscar. Because that was paired with like a little thing of Oscar asking, "Wait, why the hell don't we have like a rapier or something? Like we could have easily killed him."
Oh yeah, the
RWBY thoughts.
Yeah, RWBY thoughts, and they was like just Oscar's like the most of them, right?
He's makes up a lot of them, or he's at least made up. I think he's made up the most. Point is, it's a funny series to watch because it has some of the greatest lines, such as a continuing running gag between either Winter or no, it's a running gag with Winter of "Why can't I stab you?" Like it goes, "Winter, why can't I stab you?" And then I think it was Crow as like a continuation because the "Why can't I stab you" was from their fight. Crow going, "Why can't I stab you?"
Okay, so.
And then Winter tries again, and it's "Seriously, why can't I stab anybody?"
He was able to slash somebody at least once.
Yeah, she got one good move. Why are the Schneesters bad at fighting?
The Schneesters.
Am I wrong?
Good question. Not a clue. Willow was more better than them.
And she's not a huntress anymore.
Really?
Was she a huntress?
I don't think that was ever
I
confirmed.
think she was
but,
ever a huntress.
Hey, she killed an alpha, an alpha, whatever they're called, a Borvak. I know to say something. But that was a big.
What was the reason behind that kill? Did it?
We don't know.
We're gonna kill Whitley.
Maybe I don't think it's ever been told why she had it like that. Like, it makes sense.
The Borvak, the one that she can summon. Okay.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's just a thing. Like, it looked way big. It was like the same kind of size as the hound. Like,
Alpha.
obviously.
That's why.
I'm trying to say I don't want to call it an alpha because I don't know if that is the confirmed thing. It's
they
just...
can augment the size of their summons. Remember, Raven has like all the tiny little Nevermores.
True, but Willow,
not Raven, because... Winter.
Sure.
Dang it!
Like what?
The thing is though, like
Raven is a bird.
Winter actually uses her glyphs like not constantly. I don't think Willow uses her semblance that often. So I doubt. And also, it was a spur of the moment thing. I doubt she was trying to think that hard. Was she?
Let me just state this because DC Comics is still currently known as canon because that has never been confirmed at times. Besides Little Picture, it has been confirmed because Kira said it was canon, so it hasn't been denied. In the comics, if I'm recalling this one correctly, Willow uses a giant never. It's either Willow uses a giant Nevermore or a King Kaiju 2. I can't remember which one it is, but she has a giant summon to go toe to toe with Weiss in order to allow her to leave.
Sort of like how Weiss had to fight the Armageddon.
Yeah.
Honest question, just to check this.
For her to leave. I think this is for her to leave Atlas and make her way.
That's a good comment there, Kat.
In the comics, it's a King Kaiju. So if you guys
I just looked it up. It's not a King Kaiju 2. It is an Nevermore.
No, but like, fuck.
I just looked up the panel. It's a giant Nevermore fighting the Armageddon.
But if you think about it, the only ones that actually can summon are the women.
Is that really a rule?
I don't think that's a rule because
it's
Nick
genetics, but it seems to be only the women because Whitley can't do it and Jock can't do it.
Jock is because he was married and so he's not. But the thing is, Nicholas definitely was confirmed to have it. Like, he obviously had glyphs. If he had summoning, unclear, but it was fucking Nicholas. I'm guessing he.
That man
really
did whatever the hell he wanted.
So like,
I'm just imagining, like, if you guys remember the statue that's in the middle of the house mansion.
Oh right, it's
Big
a giant.
Yeah, but like that's not the summon in the comic.
I know it's not a summon, but It would have been modeled after a summon based on.
I could
Maybe.
I could see that.
Yeah, maybe that was one of Nicholas's. I have a feeling Nicholas had a few.
Me is just a 20-foot man. That was just his actual suit of armor.
That was just he's just 20 feet tall, wields a giant sword.
Honestly, I would fully accept that. I would.
Catra says Ruby mothers are better at fighting. Example: Blake gets into a long, complicated fight. Holly knocks someone out with a food tray.
He does do them. That's why Callie is the best. Callie is the best.
You got a point.
Holly.
There's
Dude, and you know she picked up a gun and started capping people.
I saw this little Ruby comic, and like the end it was like you know the Wanted poster with all of them. It was like how the different parents would probably react to this. And Ty is like, oh my God, what did Crow do? and why are my daughters involved in this?
And what?
Jacques was already in jail. Willow was drunk. I think that's what it was. But at the end, there was Callie running off with a food tray, screaming how she's gonna get her daughter back. With Kira just like, wait, where are you going?
Okay, so we have gone off.
We have gone so far off on wherever the heck. I actually like this kind of formatting where we just keep to at least the topic of RWBY and just kind of talk about whatever we think of.
We try to keep to a single one, but we do think. But like, yeah, so.
I have a theme that I want to bring up now because you brought that up.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Faunus did this.
Oh, that one. I mean, she's technically not wrong. She's a Faunus. She did it.
You had to bring back the meme.
She blamed the white thing for it.
I know.
Dude, the light switch was right there. It was right.
You didn't need to say.
I know. The light switch is
You have both
literally
given me an idea. I need to take that as a note.
You have night vision.
I need to take that down as a note.
Another scene, Borvak, in relation to the big farming. It's in relation to Sun. It's Sun and Gira. Like, it's literally just Gira telling Sun to shut up, and Sun just like, yes, sir. I don't. That scene is so small, but I love it because it's so simple. It's Gira. Fuck, he does not like Sun, but like he's still just going like, right now, shut up, and he's like, okay. I don't know why that hits different. Also,
Kira doesn't like Sun the same way you'd expect a father not to like his daughter's new boyfriend. I want to point that out.
That is true.
You can cry about it, Wasps. Cry about it. Your tears give me power.
Gira's reaction is priceless, but Callie's is even more priceless.
I like him.
I just like how simply she says that. I like him.
It's like,
The two sides of the parental coin.
Yep.
Is I don't like him, or I like him.
So, on this question, if we're gonna just do a Liv's question right now, do you think Whitley will actually learn, like,
I hope that
gain
he
his
does.
semblance?
I hope that he does.
I don't think he will.
Again, Ghost hopes he. You don't think he will. I am also the hope train because I don't like Whitley, but it would at least give him something to do.
You
Give
are
him something.
capable of not dying. Or at the very least,
Okay.
you are less likely to die.
He starts to have like come out and that's what I'm waiting for. I understand,
At least
Kina.
give him the blip. Give him something to shoot.
Give him a
Give
gun.
him just give him a gun, please. Give him some form of weapon.
I know for a fact Nicholas never wielded a sword. He wielded the sword. He never had a gun. Could we? I really want Whitley to have like a rifle, like just an old M1 Grand style rifle that's just got like a little engraving on it called Claws.
Secretly, he didn't. Nicholas did have a gun, but only brought it out in specific circumstances.
So it's entirely possible that Claws is a gun in RWBY.
I was making a joke. I was not being serious.
Oh fuck!
I just got reminded.
I really wanted that to be a thing.
I was making a joke. I said I was not being serious. We don't know we know shit about Santa Claus. We don't know shit about him.
Saint employed his two weapons, his sword and shield.
Did he have a shield?
I don't think he had a
I don't
shield.
know.
I think he just had the
I'm-
sword.
His sword was wide
Oh,
enough
no.
that he could block with it, probably.
I have a whole idea that eventually in some timeline split down the generations that the arcs and the Shnees were once the same.
That would be interesting.
Somewhere down the line, the Arcs and the Shnees, is that what you said?
Yeah, no, like down to like far back, they were like the same, and they just split off. Like two. That's not a bad theory, to be honest.
The arcs and the Shnees were related to the King of Vale. And then the
Which is
generations
theorized
split.
to be an Osborne incarnation, if I'm right. The King of
Yeah.
Vale. I know there's a lot of connotations with the Arcs and that, but the Shnees, that would be interesting. Though I feel like there's a lesser chance the Shnees.
Because that's the one thing that hasn't really sat well with me, is why do the Shnees all have the same semblance?
Yeah, that is true. Some family. It's like the thing is like there's only two families that have like at least like the idea of the same semblance, being the Shnees having the exact same one and Vasilius is having water fiend abilities.
Yeah.
But there's only two.
Neptune, Vasilla, whatever!
The Vasilius family has water fiend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like they are the.
The exact same semblance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm just saying the situation of like, I'm more talking about like how it is kind of weird
Some
that
form
they've
of hereditary
introduced.
semblance.
Yeah, they've introduced kind of the idea of hereditary, even if it's not full hereditary like the Vasilius is. It's still. I'm surprised they haven't expanded on this, but maybe the books will. I hope AC Mize knows how to do shit.
If that's the thing. Because then you have this whole thing, because it all stems down to each person being their own unique person. So why would, if they all were their own unique person, why would they all unlock the same semblance?
The thing is though, the uniqueness of semblances aren't really like a thing anymore due to the fact that we have two characters with the exact same ability now. Being telekinesis. There's two canon characters that are with the same ability.
The differences with that though is the amount that they can carry.
True. And there's no technically two characters that can copy the abilities of semblances, but again, we don't know how canon Arafil is considered still.
Yeah.
Grim Campaign is arguably more canon than Arafil at this point, really enough, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Vermilion
Is
is a
it?
better character.
Is Arafel really not? Is Arafel? What
I
happened?
don't know. No, I've not heard. I've just kind of like vaguely. I haven't really heard enough that like I don't know if it is considered canon or not. If it is, all of Briar is the problem.
I remember. All right, so I was watching. I was watching a stream for it. The first boss is like a mammoth style.
The
Right?
megalith.
Megalith.
The it's like Goliath, megalith.
Megalith.
You know, there's
So-
the Goliaths and the megaliths.
Right. Well, you kill it as like the the boss for I think like the first level, if not the tutorial.
It's the first boss of the game.
The first boss. Then we get a cutscene. Okay.
Yep.
Small issue. Why is Team Ruby perfectly fine with it? It's not disappearing. It's not dead.
Yep. Oh Lord.
Like, okay, cool introduction to Briar and sort of their skill set, but by now I think our main hero should understand how to kill the damn thing that's been trying to murder them for I don't know how long.
I like to mention Team Briar kind of just. Let me be honest, every character that wasn't Team Ruby basically served no real purpose. Like, Briar was barely in the game.
Didn't they get a lot of publicity?
They had a lot of publicity, but they were barely in the game.
They were
I wonder if there was cut content or at the very least planned DLC.
That's the thing, I think there's no planned DLC.
Is
No.
Nope. Is it because the game just did not do well?
I don't know. I mean, Grim Eclipse did pretty decent on all three platforms, and still didn't get any deals.
Okay, I feel like we have very much moved away from everything. How long is it gone, Ghost? Just checking.
That is a good question. Let me see. Hold on. 1 hour and 45 minutes. Do you guys want to call it here?
I wouldn't mind, but if
No.
everyone else is fine. Borvak wants to keep going.
That's
if you
fine by
want.
me.
No.
All right. Well, we can keep going.
So what you want to talk about then? Because we've all kind of done the scenes we like talking about, unless you have a few others. Oh, Catra has something. She likes every scene with Ilya in it.
No shit.
No shit, but I have to read it out. But Borvak, do you have anything to say then? About scenes?
I despise the scene where Crow had to come in to support him because no one believed him.
I did what? The scene when Crow had to.
I hate the scene where Crow had to go comfort him so everyone else, including RWBY, decided to
Right.
ignore her.
When was this again?
Volume 3. After.
It's been a
After
while,
she
sorry.
supposedly broke Vicky's leg.
You dislike that scene?
I dislike it, yeah,
Okay.
very much so. Because it's just mainly due to, once again, I'm going to bring it up. The water, I'm going to mention the bump.
There isn't much I can say, to be honest. I don't remember a lot. Volume.
I did. Yeah, that one's a bit.
The burning candle is the scene where Yang and Blake's relationship blooms.
No, I
Howard.
understand. No, I understand all the scenes you were talking about. I'm just saying that I don't remember a lot, like Volume 3 and back scenes, a lot very well. That's all I was saying.
But essentially it was after the fight with Mercury where Yang's mental vision had been altered to say that Mercury was coming to attack her. And then she broke his leg.
That's due to Emerald semblance.
But it's the scene after where she had been taken back to her dorm room and everyone said that Jane was just a monster and had attacked someone after the fight because she had anger issues and why Blake and Ruby all essentially left the room because they all believed they had actually did it on purpose. And then Crow stepped in to help her. And then they go into the whole conversation about trying to find Raven. All talking about Raven. Did not enjoy that thing. Not one bit.
Yeah. I get what you mean,
Because-
Borvak, with like if burning the candle is the blooming of Bumblebee, then that scene should have fucking killed it.
Exactly, because the whole thing with Yang is that she has abandonment issues and she has a lot of trauma. And Bleak only seems to intensify that trauma and those feelings. And then all the other side content, which is like every Christmas song, you just have poor Ruby who just apparently goes and beats the chicken. Like, how sad is that?
Borvak, I think your mic cut out again.
I said, how sad is that when your own sister doesn't even want to be around you because she's too busy chasing a literal cat, and you just have to go and feed chickens by yourself. Hello?
Yeah, I just don't have much
It's-
to say. You could have summed it up very well.
It's you hit all the bases.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just, You do be right.
yeah, no, he's right. But once again, I must put this disclaimer out. Cry about it, wasps. Cry about it. Every time. I'm gonna make sure everyone understands that as far as I care, I don't. I will dance showering in their tears. If you can't tell, I don't like wasps. Both the actual insect and the other one. It's like, I like to think that I've made rather obvious what my favorite ship is. I don't go forcing it on everyone.
Indeed.
And I don't get mad if someone else likes something different. Because as far as I'm concerned, it is very simple. These are fictional characters. I enjoy this pairing, you enjoy that pairing. Well, Bionic doesn't enjoy any pairing, but he doesn't care.
Hello.
He is existence.
Yep.
He enjoys Kira.
He enjoys Tyrion, and that's about it.
Yep.
He is
That's it.
humble Kira. That is.
Like,
You need nothing more.
I have never been able to wrap my head around. Like, people. Okay, so, a little bit of a story. This is from when I was younger. I think it was before I met you guys that this happened.
Probably.
So, I'm gonna leave a lot of the specifics out. Mostly just because I don't want to bother with it anymore. But I was scrolling through YouTube, because it's what I do. I still do it now, I did a lot more when I was younger. I came across a video bashing the ship that I liked. And I just kind of was like, well, that seems entirely unnecessary. You know how, like, David from Camp is always just kind of happy to be there? That was kind of, it's like, imagine how he would react to this. That was kind of my reaction. Because I didn't really have much of a reaction. It was just, well, let's see what you have to say. And so I take a look, and it's nothing substantial. Like, and the things that they do like are either A, beyond ridiculous, because it's like, oh yeah, the main villain and one of the main heroes. Because, like, I'll be the first to say that I enjoy ridiculous sounding things, or just concepts that are a bit off the wall. Even I have to say, when you have a character who has repeatedly tried to kill someone, that's not a sign of a healthy relationship. It's not.
You see, a lot of the parents, this is where I'm going to jump in and interject a little bit of wisdom for what it may be. People who like certain shit is usually a reflection of how they have been.
You cut out at the end.
I hate my life.
I'm so I'm sorry.
No, not your fault. I said that the people that people ship one another with, that relationship is a relationship that makes them feel comfortable.
Huh.
So in terms, hello. So in terms of, bye bye. In the ideology of, say, Cinder and Dawn, or Cinder or Neo and Dawn, the reason those ships of Cinder or Neo and Dawn exist is because people have been in that kind of relationship before, where it's very clear that they were very bad, but they decided that they still wanted to stay because they felt like that was the only way for them to stay. Just like how in the ideology of Blake or here to the extent of Adam Blake, because that's still a thing and I hate it.
Yep. That is still a thing.
Abusive relationships is what they're used to. That's what Bumblebee is. It's an abusive relationship.
On both fronts, really.
Not on both fronts. Maybe in Blake and Adam, but not in Yang and Blake. It doesn't matter because still, regardless, it's one side being abused to the other.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like Switch anymore either. It also follows that same suit.
Back.
Welcome back.
Are we still recording or no?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay.
We've managed to fall into ships and why some are good, why some are bad, dynamics within relationships.
Why I don't ship any of the canon characters anymore, except for a certain few. They're ones that people don't like.
Kina, my favorite ship is a crack ship. Never shared any screen time. I think.
What was it again? Whitley and Penny or something?
Yep, I am a broken machine. That is the actual name of that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. I myself, Broken Machines. I saw like one comic dub of it and I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Who is the pairing?
Whitley,
Penny and
Penny.
Whitley.
I'm just sitting here as like all of these are terrible.
You don't like shipping in general.
Nope.
I mean, your biggest
No, I
enemy
don't.
is Amazon.
The one ship I do not like is Hellbirds. I really do not like it.
What was that?
Cinder and Raven.
Cinder and Raven.
What the fuck is it called that?
Fire, Bird.
Hellbirds.
Howlbirds. No, that's in Howlbirds. Why? None of them
Because
use a
Phoenix is
Howlbird.
already taken because Phoenix is Ty and Raven.
Well, I would try to chase his tail, if he was a real character, a real person. Also, no, I'm not that fucking stupid.
I mean, you
I
could probably
wouldn't do
find it. It got cut off and all that.
But I want to go get a scorpion tail. There are real life scorpions. But also, I wouldn't do that. They just die if you lose. They will just die if they lose their tail.
Huh.
I prefer to keep my boogie boys alive. How dare you? Because RWBY universe and like they're pharmacists, so they have normal organs.
Because they cannot poop.
What's up, sorry? Apologies.
Cannot use the bathroom if you can't fit in there.
exactly what he said.
Borvak?
I said, Scorpion cannot go to the bathroom if you cut off your stinger.
Oh yeah. I forget.
That is an interesting piece of information.
It reminds you,
See,
there's a
don't let
species.
you see that, kids? Don't let anyone tell you that we're not educational. We're totally
supposed to
not
be
just five friends just rambling about a show on the internet.
There is a moth species that actually is born without a mouth.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yep.
it has a mouth when it's a caterpillar, but when it has to live off the energy it's eaten before, becoming a moth. And that's it.
Yeah, the mayfly.
It's not the mayfly. It was a moth species. I know it's a different mayfly. Oh, well, let's talk about the mayfly. The fact that they live for like 30 minutes.
Really?
They live for 30 minutes. Their
Actually-
entire purpose, one is to breed and make more babies. And then they go through like a 6-year larval stage. And then once those are fully matured, they also too have 30 years.
Okay,
find a
after
mate.
the larval stage, female mayflies usually live less than 5 minutes, while males can live a whopping 2 days.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. 30 is
But
just
they
kind of
don't,
a gem.
they don't have a mouth, they
Because
can't
mayflies,
see,
especially
and that's
males,
why they end
can
up
talk.
dying.
The Luna moth, that's the species I was trying to think of. It was the Luna moth. Bitch has no mouth. looks
Yeah.
looks cool. It's dead though.
Okie dokie.
It is almost 1 a.m. for me. Are we? Oh.
24-hour recording.
I think we're almost reached 2 hours.
24-hour recording, let's go.
No, I can't do that. I want to do stuff.
Ba-da-rum-ba-ba.
So, I feel like we've had enough recording.
I
Please.
will take a look. Let's pull up. There we go. Yep, a solid 2 hours. I'd say we've got quite the couple of launches. First video is us some of us goofing off in Halo. That's an hour long. We've got this 2-hour RWBY podcast.
Basically.
I'd say that's where we can call it.
Okay, well, does everyone want to just say goodbye in their own way?
I say we do that. Each of us have our own little sign-offs. We'll go from top down.
No.
Oh,
What do you mean no? Cry about it.
Shipping will always be bad. Goodbye.
Alright, Borvak.
No.
No, that's it. He's not saying goodbye.
That's it.
Just no. Just no.
If you want me to spawn in character,
Do what you
Raven.
want.
please comment down below. I will get to you eventually.
Eventually is the word.
You never say goodbye.
Never say goodbye. Why is that?
Never say goodbye. You never say goodbye to a raven. Never say goodbye to a crow because they will believe you and they will completely ignore that you're there.
We could discuss the brain.
Crows
like,
are scary motherfuckers.
We can discuss.
Ravens are
COVIDs
twice the
and
size. I don't know why you think crows are scary.
No, COVIDs in general are terrifying, but let's not talk about that. Like, let's end this.
You guys know that a magpie is actually magpie
Yes.
and
Yes, I'm.
Huh.
these
Never
species
say
are also
goodbye
part of the
to
corvids.
So, alright, let's see. Bionic said his. Borvak has said
It's ju-
no.
It's just you, Ghost. Go.
Oh, uh-oh. I'm hoping that didn't just pop up on the screen. Whoops. Is this thing recording the actual? Uh-oh.
You can cut it
I
out.
don't know if OBS is recording itself. I think it's just recording the monitor. Oh, is it just recording what the monitor sees?
Does that mean it's heard enough and we've been talking?
No. It's heard everything. It has 2 hours of content of recording
Ah.
because it's picking you guys up. I know that much for a fact.
Okay, just is it ended?
It is. As far as I know, there's no way of actually getting the YouTube algorithm to care about us, but we're gonna try anyway. Bye.